Hi everyone, so welcome back. It's been a while, I know, but I have brought to you a very fulfilling and very in-depth video ranking all the colours from worst to best. Stay tuned for that one. So basically, before I do get into it, at 250 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away this Striker Sky Blue Interstellar. Now, as you can sort of see, that basically it's a really nice decal. It's going to go with a lot of car designs. Very, very, very nice, and you can paint it and colour it how you want, and it's got Striker on it, which keeps its value, but you can keep it and you can sell it, depending on, well, you can't do both, but you can do one or the other, so you've got a choice, which is always a good thing, let's face it. Now, you do need to be subscribed, so once I hit 250, I'll do a random number generator, and one of you will be lucky enough to win this lovely item. Do have notifications on. Please, please, please leave me a like on the video because I put in so much work. And I know that this is a video that I haven't posted for quite some time. It's been a few days, but I just would rather make quality videos than just rush it and just do things for the sake of it. So do let me know if you like this idea, and if you want to see any others, then suggestions always help. Right, well that said, thank you very much for watching. Let's get into the content then. So firstly, of course, is going to be in the rankings. It is going to be the colour pink. Now, you might be instantly surprised and say, oh right, well, why would pink be the colour? Pink is not a bad colour in certain cases, such as Dueling Dragons. Look how good that looks. It kind of looks purpley, to be honest, as well, which helps. But, you know, it is a nice enough colour, depending on what maybe you're going for. But I did like the purple Dueling Dragons. Thought they were pretty damn good. Now, I use this Octane as an example. Obviously, it's not designed around actually pink being the colour, but as you can sort of see, using a pink Octane, which I did on my trading video a while back, obviously you can sort of see that, yes, that's the sort of colour that you're looking at. It's kind of purpley, borderline, and you could really, if you like purple, you probably could get away with some pink things being a little bit cheaper, and so on. And I'm using the emerald wheels as sort of an example. Again, they're not too bad either. So some things in pink are quite decent, but you know, the reason I put it down to the worst colour is just purely because it probably is the hardest one. Unless you're going to make everything pink, it is really hard to kind of work around. Let me know if you agree with this one, because obviously I realise that everyone's got their different opinions, but for me, I did honestly think it was the worst colour out of the 13 available. Right, the next one then, of course, is grey. Now, grey is a funny colour. It can look silvery, so in some cases, like these emerald wheels, again, it can look pretty nice. I found it quite difficult finding grey things, so I then looked and found a grey monsoon boost. Again, not bad. It's not amazing, it's not great. It does go with black pretty well. I'd say that if you like black as a colour and you use black in your designs, then actually, you know, grey and black kind of do go quite well together. But as regarding to, you know, sort of like gold explosions or anything like that, okay, I mean, like, I use the monsoon boost as an example. Sorry, the monsoon explosion, even. Boost, explosion, gets confusing, there's so many. And I did find that it's not a bad one once I found it. I mean, it looks quite nice. But again, it's very certain things, and I do find it very limiting. And just for me, I would just put grey as the second worst colour out of the lot, just purely because it's just not the most exciting colour, and it doesn't look that great. So the next one then is Saffron, just to make sure you're clear. I know it could be forest green technically, but Saffron is the colour I'm looking at now. Saffron and lime are very similar. I'd say that Saffron is quite nice, but again, it depends if you're a bit of a fan of the yellowy looking colour. Now, as you can sort of see when you put like Saffron emeralds on, I mean, emeralds probably in any colour though do look nice. So again, I don't think it's like the biggest thing. And the grip strides as well, inverted, actually in Saffron, again, they look really good as well. And you know, I think that Saffron is a nice enough colour. I just, again, you know, I suppose yellow is a bit of a funnier colour to kind of, again, make it work with a lot of car designs. Gold explosions, you could get away with a little bit more because they're individual, but I do struggle with, you know, Saffron as a colour just to make work around it, and it's very sort of difficult, which again is why I put it down to the third worst. It was tough with this one. It gets really difficult actually, because even with like the light show, which I'm going to show you, it's not amazing, it's not awful, but it's a bit kind of average at best, I suppose. So, yep, I put it down as the third worst. So obviously, I mean, like, okay, you know, the only thing I will say about it is the excavator boost, which I do like, but then that's probably because I've been using it for a long time. But again, you can't really say it. So in Trails, it does look much better. Right, well, the next one then is a controversial one. So I put Crimson down as the fourth lowest. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of you who disagree with this, and I understand. Now, obviously, these are rated on my own opinions, so I know that there will be a lot of you saying different. Crimson Emeralds look amazing. Crimson kind of Insidio doesn't look that bad, especially if you're going for that fiery kind of look. Crimson Monsoon actually is quite vibrant and quite nice, so it's not that it's a terrible colour by any means, it's just that, you know, I suppose red is quite an angry looking colour, kind of similar to some others, actually, surprisingly. But for me, it was just a colour that, you know, as much as I kind of don't dislike it at all, I really don't, it wasn't one of my favourite colours, and some colours have got to go lower than the others. So, again, you kind of got to try and do it. Now, the Red Crimson Paper Dragon, amazing. I mean, this looks absolutely sick as, and I absolutely love this gold explosion. I don't get to use it enough, unfortunately, and I do wish that they brought out some other colours. But let me know what you think about Crimson. Do you think I put it in a good place, or is it bad? Right, the next one then may surprise you, it may not, and that would be Lime. Lime and Saffron were always going to be very similar. I think Lime is slightly got the edge. It's very, very difficult with these, because Lime and Saffron look identical, to be honest. And probably the only reason I kind of tended to place it just a little bit higher is because of things like the Lime Dominus body that I got from the shop. You get the sort of like some of the wheels which look kind of limey, and you know, I suppose it is one of those sort of colours that is kind of very, very tricky to place. Now, actually, I use the pass wheels, the ZEs or ZRs, I can't remember what they're called actually, but yeah, the ones in lime actually do look genuinely lime coloured. The ZDs, yeah, and they look good. The ZDs inverted look actually pretty good, and they look lime. And then you've got Forest Green Boost, which you can't really notice that much difference, only that green does look better. But the lime like catfish topper that I sort of used, not bad. I mean, again, it's a colour that you can make work. I've seen it with like the Monsoon Gold Explosion. I've seen it with certain other gold explosions. It's not a terrible one at all. The Lime Overgrowth actually is really nice as well, and that's one of the ones I'm trying to sort of find at the moment, because I know that that one is quite a pleasant sort of gold explosion, whereas the Hollow Data, I don't know, again, it doesn't look that great in my opinion. But, you know, again, I know that everyone's different. But yeah, as I said, when I do finally find the Lime Overgrowth, you get an idea. It actually does look really nice. So it's one of those funny ones. It kind of goes in between. But I think what probably made me put this higher than maybe Saffron is purely because of the next clip that's coming up, and that is, of course, in the shop we got a Lime Reaper, and it actually does look amazing. In game I've seen it as well. JHD used it in a couple of games earlier, and actually it looks really, really good. So again, with that one, I think that's the reason why it's a bit higher. Let me know what you think. So the next one then is controversial again, is black. I couldn't decide between black and the next couple of colours. They're so tight between, realistically you could put them all equally and it wouldn't make any difference. Black is a really nice colour, so don't get me wrong, it looks good. If you make it set and it goes really well with grey, like I said earlier, and as you can sort of see an example of that, this is how it looks. Grey and black goes very well. And no, ignore the changes of the wheels. I'm just looking at the emerald blacks. Again, they look really nice. But there are other black wheels as well. There's a black gold explosion. I think where black kind of falls down is some of the gold explosions and some of the other things, just a little bit, because sometimes you visually can't see them. But I will say that in rocket boosts, actually one of my favourite rocket boosts for a while is the Battle Stars that was in the shop the other day, and that was in black. And this looks absolutely amazing. It's shiny, it looks nice. Absolutely great. I really like the Battle Stars Gold Explosions, and actually I'm gutted that I missed the Cobalt one. And sadly, that was the only one I didn't have credits for and wasn't able to buy. But things like the Black Octopus looks good. You know, it looks really clean, really nice. But some of the visuals that you get on some things, such as like Gold Explosions, Black Dueling Dragons a little bit, Black Sub-Zero kind of looks a mixture between grey and black. But I like it. I think it looks really good. You know, I got it from the shop as well. And again, I haven't used it that much, unfortunately, but it's a really cool gold explosion. And the Black Dueling Dragons is actually really nice. It's just you can't see them that great on some of the levels. Right, the next one anyway is the Burnt Sienna. A difficult one for me on this one because I know that Burnt Sienna is the least popular, least favourite colour in the game. To be honest, it's not actually as bad as you think. It's just that I guess it depends on preference. If you're not a fan of the crimsons, the oranges, the burnt siennas, those kind of colours, this colour isn't going to be for you. And yeah, it is a very set design that you have to work around if you want to make your car look kind of decent. And, you know, I mean, like the boost, burnt sienna boost, it actually looks really good. You know, the burnt sienna airstrike that I have, that I don't show in this clip actually, but it is really, really cool. It looks kind of browny orange. Some things look a bit similar to orange. However, it's not that bad, and I know it's not the highest demand, it's not rated. Some stuff, it doesn't look as good as others, so I can kind of understand why. The reasons I placed it a bit higher is just because I actually thought that, you know, in certain ways, it's not too bad. But that is, again, my opinion, and I'm probably lucky enough to have a lot of things, such as the burnt sienna fireworks. To be honest, I know that they've gone cheap now compared to when I first got them. It's kind of scary how things drop in price, but you know, again, these do look actually really, really nice, and yeah, you definitely get a bit of an idea. But it's a nice one, and of course the shark attack sort of like trail that I got recently looks pretty orangey, but I do like it, and yeah, I got the burnt sienna dominus as well. Pretty cool, definitely good. Right, the next one then. Anyway, that one moves on to, of course, the forest green. Now, forest green for me is a really vibrant and bright and very nice colour. For some reason, it doesn't seem to be as popular as some of the others. I don't know why necessarily, because green actually is a really, really nice colour, and it's definitely better than most of the others I mentioned. Maybe black could be the only questionable one in game, admittedly, but I like the brighter colours, so maybe that's probably why I put it less. Black is nice though. But as you can sort of see, the green emeralds, they are really, really, really good looking. They look decent. You've got the green sort of shining Barrage 2 boost that I had. Looks really cool, you know, it's very bright, very vibrant, and it looks good, you know. And I think forest green is kind of one of those colours that it does seem to go with a lot of designs, but you've got to again be in the mindset of having green and going with black or maybe saffron lime. Those are probably the colours that you're going to get away with. I don't think that like certain colours would go with it. Maybe green and red could go with it, but you'd probably be borderline sort of like looking at it. So again, I'm just looking through all of my stuff. Sometimes it's quite hard to kind of find the things that you want, ironically, because obviously you're trying to sort of like just find the kind of things that would be good examples, and it's like, well, okay, where are they? So yeah, I mean, like eventually I do actually find the overgrowth that I wanted to say, and look at that, nice and green, looks very bright. Definitely a good colour. I mean, it goes with a lot of car designs, it goes with a lot of other things. I think that it is a very, very nice colour, and definitely one of the better ones in the game, although not as popular. But I ranked it quite highly. I thought it was a decent colour, and I thought it was worth being the position it was. Right, the next one then is Cobalt. Now, again, Cobalt is kind of similar to forest green. Actually, it's a very, very lesser popular colour for some reason. It's not that it is unpopular, but, you know, for some reason that people don't like the darker blue in comparison to some of the others. And I think dark blue is pretty nice. I mean, as you can sort of see, I've got a Cobalt Dominus that I got from the shop. I've got a Dominus GT in Cobalt. I mean, okay, the colour scheme doesn't really go with that. The decal actually on it is Cobalt as well. And you've even got Cobalt wheels. Now, you know, Cobalt is a darker blue. I think dark blue is really nice. It goes with light blue, it goes with white, it goes with a lot of different colours. You could even make it go with green. It does work very successfully with a lot of different colours, and I think that it's much lower rated for some reason than it actually looks. And you look at the hypnotic wheels, they actually look really, really good. And it's kind of surprising. It's just for some reason Cobalt never quite meets the same expectations for some unknown reason. Now, I did try to find a Cobalt boost. For some reason, I don't think I have hardly any, so in the end I had to kind of show a standard. I just couldn't find any others. I'm sure I did have some, but unfortunately I just couldn't find them anywhere. And yeah, even though it is alphabetical, I just couldn't remember exactly which ones were which, so I just went with the standard in the end, just to give you some idea of what you could be looking at. There are better Cobalt boosts, obviously, but again, a very, very overall nice colour. I think it's very good with sort of just different car designs. Gold explosions, it looks good. You know, the toppers, if you use them, looks good. It's very like one of those colours that's all round. It doesn't kind of ruin any design that you have. Gold explosions look really nice in Cobalt as well. And I just think that it's just one of those things where I think that for some reason some colours just are lesser popular. Now, if you ask me for Dueling Dragons, the Dueling Dragon Cobalt probably is the worst one. But then if you look at the Chromatic Hollow from the tournament, you know, Cobalt, it looks really, really clean. I mean, look at that. It just looks really good. Yeah, you've got a mix of some different colours, but it really blends well. And with the Monsoon, the sort of darker blue and the light blue, looks really good as well. So, awesome. Right, well, the next one then, this was probably one of the most controversial ones. I'm sure there's a few, and that is going to be Titanium White. Trust me, the four that I'm going to mention from now on, pretty much, in my opinion, are as equal as they could be, and it was really, really, really hard. I can't even begin to sort of explain how hard it was to rank the different colours. White, I know, is the fan favourite. It's the most popular colour, and look how good it looks in the background. The colours look amazing, and it's just really good. And it goes with pretty much any colour. It goes with black, it goes with red. It could go with green even, if you really wanted to make it work that way, with all the blues. It works as a colour. And I know that is why it's the most popular, because it's just an all-round popular for car designs. It looks good in boosts, gold explosions. I have to say, in some of the gold explosions, it does look absolutely mind-blowing, and things like even like boosts as well, like Frostbite. I've got the Titanium White Battle Stars, which actually look really amazing as well. As you can sort of see the design on my Dominus TT. Again, these things just blend so well, and it is very, very, very difficult to kind of rank these colours sometimes, because how do you kind of pick one over the other sometimes? It's tough. But as you can sort of see with the catfish, I mean, these are just examples of things that you can put on there. It does look amazing and very, very sort of popular colour. Now, one of my favourite gold explosions that came from the shop recently was, of course, the Titanium White Hellfire. I'm failing to find that one at the moment for some reason. I don't know why. So I sort of seem to be searching around, completely missing it. But it is one of the ones that I really do like, and eventually I come across it, which I do as well. There you go. I mean, it looks amazing. And yeah, I mean, as I say, the four colours, they're so close together. In fact, there isn't really anything that parts them at all. They all are absolutely, in my opinion, the most amazing colours in the game. And it's quite hard, because most of the colours are actually pretty good if you blend them right. So the next one, of course, is going to be orange. And this one I debated a lot with, because there was part of me that wanted to put it lower than white. There was part of me that wanted to put it higher. It's really difficult, because, again, I suppose for me personally, I'm a big fan of the fiery looking colours. Now, you'll have seen this one in, of course, the video, you know, in regards to, of course, the questions, which is something I'll come to. So, basically, while this is playing in the background, I do want to say congratulations to Little Gleek, who won the Pyros Inverted Glitch Wheels. He answered a lot of questions, so very, very well done. And I'll give those to you, of course, as soon as possible. So, basically, with the orange, as you can sort of see, it goes really well with sort of the fiery effect. I love the kind of the designs that you can make on it, and I love fiery cars. You know, I mean, okay, for someone who wants more simpler designs, that is probably when black and white really comes in. So it does come down subject to opinion, I know that, and this is why these ranking videos are interesting, because you can sort of see, like with the holographic Dracos, they're not bad. The Direwolf orange wheels, I like them actually. I think they look really good. And then you've got kind of a lighter orange from the Clockwork, which is kind of weird. But again, you can make these different designs work. And it is just a very, very vibrant colour. Now, I do think that some orange things are better than others. There was an orange Sunray boost in the shop not long ago. I think it might have been a couple of days ago or yesterday. And that looks really nice actually on certain cars. The orange Battle Stars, I know I've showed that a couple of times in different colours. Looks really good. The checkered flag boost that you get from the pass this season. You know, again, this is really nice. It's kind of a very, very nice boost. And I think orange is kind of rising in popularity a little bit. I don't think it's, you know, as popular as some of the other colours by any means, but I have seen a little bit of a rise. Maybe that's just because they're trying to push it in the shop a lot, and they always tend to make orange things in the shop certed. I've noticed that, which seems to be certed over other colours, which is very bizarre, but is it just to try and push sales to make, you know, it more appealing? And you can't forget the orange sparkles boost as well. I mean, I think this one looks absolutely insanely clean. Really love it. But then, of course, one of the things that shines out above all the rest is the orange Striker Dueling Dragons. And this is one of the ones that came certed. So when it actually came into the shop, I mean, me and my friend, we immediately said, this looks gold. It looks golden. And which I think it does. It looks golden orange, but I absolutely love it. It's bright, it's vibrant, it looks amazing in game, And that's kind of, in my opinion, orange as a colour. Now, why I put orange much higher than crimson is just because I think the orange kind of you can work with lots of different colours, and it just works really, really well. Whereas I find red less kind of like appealing and less able to work with different car designs, different colours, things like that. And that's where my difficulty lies. But even in the overgrowth, you can still see it looks like an autumn kind of like tree coming out, birds and things like that. I love it, and it is definitely one of my favourite colours, which is why I put it as number 3. This was a real tough one. White at 4, orange at 3, who would have thought it? But hey, that's the beauty of this kind of video. It's never going to be predictable. So, the second to last colour, and obviously I debated. So, purple. I'm a massive fan of the purple colouring game. I think it looks really, really cool. Now, as you can sort of see, I'm in a designed a car around the whole purple thing. I've got the purple grip strides, purple stipplegate, purple sort of phoenix wings, and even a purple moon that I won from a tournament not long ago, or a tournament pack, should I say. I think purple is a really, really awesome colour. It goes with black, it goes with kind of like orange, it goes with a lot of colours if you make it work. Now, don't get me wrong, you have to kind of shade it and design it right, because otherwise it'll look dreadful. But like the purple emeralds, they look really, really awesome. Purple direwolves look really cool. You know, you can get so many different things in sort of purple, and it goes really well. And the purple Octane, I mean, I do really rate the purple Octane massively. I recently got myself actually a purple Dominus as well, and I was absolutely over the moon, because trust me, I had missed that massively, and I really regretted selling it, but I traded it for a Dominus, which you'll be hearing of after this. So there is a reason behind it, but it was the toughest thing. But as you can sort of see, it looks absolutely just, it goes so well. It's a great colour. I think the purple is underrated. I think it's probably one of the most underrated colours in Rocket League. I think it's always kind of like titanium white, sort of crimson, sky blue that tend to always get kind of the mentions. But to me, I have to say that I think the purple is a really awesome colour. You can design so many different cars around the colour, and you can make it work. It really goes very well with lots of different things, and that's why I love it. And you know, also then you've got like kind of like the toppers, the gold explosions, boosts, and they do look really amazing. And I think this is kind of where it's at. So, you know, I mean, okay, like the purple Octopus looks really cool, doesn't go with that design at all. Purple halo, I actually really like the halos, I think they're cool. Again, I've only got 3 colours, so, you know, okay. But, and even the purple drone, it looks really, really sound in kind of the way that it looks. It doesn't blow you away, and probably a bit distracting with that kind of thing flying on top of your car. But, however, if you do use toppers, you don't care. It's a nice design. And I think that where it comes in is things like gold explosions as well. Now, I've got a purple dust cloud, which, of course, I think looks really nice. It's a very simple and very straightforward colour. It's not like the most exciting gold explosion, but it looks really, really decent. And, of course, then Meteor Storm as well, which I got a while back. Again, I'm really a big fan, and I think that looks absolutely amazing. But let me know what you guys think. I mean, do you like purple as a colour? Do you think that there are better? Do you think there are worse? What's your top 3? You know, is there top 3 or top 4? What would you, in fact, you name your top 4. What are your top 4 favourite colours? Put it in the comment below. I am absolutely interested, because I expect people to have different opinions to me, and I'm absolutely fine with that. This is just completely my opinion. I do think that purple, with pretty much anything, even the light show, which is not a gold explosion I like that much, even that looks good in purple, so definitely for me a number 2. Right, are you ready? Number 1, sky blue. And this was the toughest one to really kind of go with, because like I said, between the 4 colours, the 3 previous and this one, how can you pick a winner? For me, sky blue looks amazing. Now, when I traded up I traded my, shall I say, my original purple Dominus, I traded it for a sky blue one, and they were, bearing in mind, worth 20k at the time. Pretty insane. They've gone down a lot more, you know, understandably, but I've used it ever since, and I've used it in a lot of car designs. For example, sky blue Ferris wheels, very basic, but they look nice. Sky blue-ish emerald wheels, I know they're basics, but they are pretty much sky blue, and the sky blue direwolves as well. They look really, really good. I would say that it goes with a lot of colours. I mean, you're talking like black, you could make it work with purple, you can make it work with a lot of different colours, white especially as well. Sky Blue Hypnotics, I mean, these look absolutely clean. They're very simple, but they look really nice, and you can design things around it. And this is what I love. Why I love Sky Blue is it works with so many colours. The Sky Blue Interstellar, that striker that I'm giving away at 250 subscribers, I love that decal. And to be honest, if I wasn't giving it away, I'd be keeping it and using it on one of my cars. So it looks, to me, in my opinion, it was the reason that I wanted to give it away, is because I think it is definitely the best all-round colour for things that go with so much. I mean, if you look at the snowflakes kind of like boost, it looks good, it's not overcomplicated, it's not too much. Sparkle Sky Blue, I mean, I use that one a lot on my car designs. I think it looks amazing, and I'm definitely a big fan of the colour, because I just think that, I mean, like the Halo, they all look so clean, so simple, so nice. Sky Blue Octopus, I mean, let's face it, it looks really nice. It's that kind of lighter blue, it's not oppressive, it kind of goes with just so many different things, and even kind of like to the point of sort of like toppers. I mean, I don't use toppers on some car designs, and I use it on some others, but like anything, I think it varies. Now, as you can sort of see, I mean, one of the earliest ones that I picked up was a Sky Blue Airstrike. I thought that this one was very cool, just simply because it looked good, same as the Dueling Dragons. Dueling Dragons is one of those ones that just, again, in Sky Blue, it just looks so easy, so nice on the eye. It's very pleasing, and I do like it, even with sort of things like Hollow Data, which is a gold explosion I don't really use, to be honest, because I just haven't really got around to it. It's one of those things that I do think is decent, and I think this is where the big design is. Now, I do want to hear your opinions. I mean, where would you rate Sky Blue in comparison to a lot of the other ones? Would you rate it higher? Would you rate it lower? Would you say that it is a good one? Would you say it's terrible? I mean, everyone's going to be different views on that, but the reason I've sort of based this on it is pretty much gold explosions, designs, colours, Sky Blue Solar Flare. I mean, again, how nice does that look? It's very simple, but it looks really good. And even, like I say, that good old Sky Blue Light Show that I like to show you guys just in case, it kind of proves as a good example. For one that I'm not a big fan of in the past, it looks decent. So this was definitely my number one gold explosion. And lastly, the trails. I think that like trails are not the biggest importance, but the EKG OMG trail looked really nice. And a Ragbox Sky Blue Striker that I've had for absolutely ages. You can sort of see, got 3,000 plus shots on it, nearly 3,300. And yeah, I mean, why it goes wonky, I don't know, but anyway, that's one of those things. So that is my ranking video. So I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please drop me a like on the video. If you want to subscribe, that would be amazing. Help me towards the 250. And of course, it'll enter you into the Sky Blue Striker Interstellar giveaway as well, once I reach 250 subscribers. But otherwise, that is it for the video. So I hope you enjoyed it, found it fun, different, and all that sort of stuff. If you want to comment below all your opinions, your thoughts, anything like that, then that would be amazing. But otherwise, I shall see you in the next video very soon. So until then, you take care and have a great rest of the evening. Cheers now. Bye-bye.